Hey, what's up, musical nerds? I'm George Salazar, and welcome back to the channel. If you're not already, please hit that subscribe button. We have a subscriber goal to hit 1,000 subscribers by April 1st, so if you guys could help me out by hitting that subscribe button down below, it would help me out a lot. And now, let's get into the video. So, driver's license was a bop, was it not? If you don't know, a couple of weeks ago, Olivia Rodriguez, who's an actress in High School Musical, the musical, the series, released a song called Driver's License, and this shit blew the fuck up. Now, while I could go into a whole deep dive about how I think the song is secretly about Joshua Bassett leaving Olivia Rodriguez for me, because I do have a driver's license, but I won't do that because simply, I don't care enough. What I do care a lot about is High School Musical. The musical, the series. Now, before I do a deep dive into the whole episode, I do want to give a couple of notes beforehand. First off, spoilers. Duh. Secondly, I am really unable to find clips from this show online that I can use and embed into my YouTube video. I do have some that are uploaded by the official Disney Channel thing and by some other YouTubers, but I don't really have a lot of clips that I can use for this. I did, however, manage to find the complete audio for the show somehow. So, for parts of the show that I cannot find, I will simply be doing a reenactment of them. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at High School Musical, the musical, the series. So I know I said that I like the show, and I do, once we get a couple episodes into the season. The first episode of this show was like really bad. However, it also had a lot of good moments and a lot of things that I genuinely liked. And it made me want to continue watching, and I ended up really liking the show as a whole. And honestly, after the second episode, the show became really, really good. But we're not talking about a good episode, because today I wanted to go back and rewatch the first episode for the first time since my first viewing of it. So the episode starts out with the drama teacher, Miss Jen, watching the original High School Musical movie in her car before school. I really hope this isn't her first time watching the movie, because that would ruin the rest of the season. We then meet our main characters. First, we have Nini, who's a theater kid, and her only roles are the back end of a cow and a tree up until this summer when she went to a theater camp. And then there's Ricky, a junior who is excited to go back to school because he broke up with his girlfriend over the summer and expects them to get back together on the first day of school. For some reason. Okay, I know they established this thing. Ricky does this whole thing where he's like, but it wasn't a breakup, it was a break. But like, you guys weren't together. You don't own her. And you're not in a relationship anymore. She can do whatever the fuck she wants. I think one big problem with the first episode of the show is how they set up Ricky. He becomes a way better character as the season progresses, but here in this first episode, he's really arrogant and kind of obnoxious. Like this scene right here.
My idea to take a pause, okay? Nini was going to theater camp, and not to brag, but I'm not exactly intimidated by guys who voluntarily wear tights.
And I'm not jealous of a dude who's wearing a jean jacket on his first day of school. Also, just to mention, they do this thing where it's filmed like a mockumentary with each of the cast members getting little confessionals on the side. However, it's never described who's doing the documentary or why they're doing a documentary or anything really. But what we do find out is the reason why Ricky wanted to take a break in the first place. Basically, Nini wrote a song and posted it onto Instagram for him, in which she stated that she loved him at the end, and he didn't know how to respond because his parents don't say they love each other due to something that we find out later in the episode. Drama. Speaking of drama, the new drama teacher is ready to put on a production of High School Musical at the school where the original movie was shot, which just so happens to be the same place where all the people that we just met go to. Now that's what I call Disney magic. We also get introduced to Carlos, who's the head dancer for the production and a High School Musical fan who's seen the original movie 37 times and the first 15 minutes of each sequel, so he obviously knows what's happening. Nini and the new boy she met at camp, EJ, are looking to be the new Troy and Gabriella at auditions the next day. Before we get any further, I would just like to point out I don't really get EJ. Like, spoiler for the rest of the show here, skip like 20-30 seconds into the video. But he becomes completely irrelevant after like the fourth or fifth episode of the show. Like, they have this whole thing where he like steals Nini's phone and then Nini gets mad and breaks up with him. And then he just kind of becomes completely useless as a character. They use him as this anti-Ricky, and then when Nini breaks up with him, they're just like, well, he's stupid now. Anyways, Ricky decides it's a bright idea to sign up for the play as Troy, even if him and his friend, Big Red, hate musicals. That's right, his name is Big Red. He's not big, and the only thing red about him is his hair. So, why is he called Big Red? It's never explained. Yay! We then skip to the auditions. Ricky gets a DVD of High School Musical stuck and is delayed from arriving at the audition. At the audition, this girl named Gina is making all the other people look like average backup dancers at a Disney Channel original. There's also this weird moment where I can't really tell if she's shading Nini or if she's complimenting her.
You know, I've never been to a camp or been an understudy. You'll have to tell me all about it.
Also, I haven't really mentioned it yet because it hasn't really come up, but this show is like really funny.
Uncommon depth. Miss Darvis?
I'm dying. I'm deceased, yes.
I think the first episode is probably the cringiest when it comes to its humor, but when it hits, it slaps. And even in this first episode, I'd say about half of the lines hit and the other half are cringe. You don't really have much of an in-between in this episode. Unfortunately, we do not get a callback to the original movie where we had a bunch of duds. Instead, we get EJ and Gina, who both do well singing, but then it's Nini's turn to show up to the audition, and just before she's about to give her biggest performance yet, Boy Wonder shows up like Troy from the first movie. There's that callback to the first movie. The lights also go out, but luckily Ricky is there to shine a bright flashlight in Nini's face. Imagine doing that at an actual audition. I'm just Michael, who you don't know, Michael flying solo. Needs more light. Oh god, what the fuck? EJ, jealous as all hell, also shines a bright light in his girlfriend's face. What's up with these guys and shining a light in her face? They're flashing her. I'm funny. I swear. This turns Nini into a Disney princess. We then get to see Ricky go, and he absolutely blows the audition. However, when it gets to be his turn to sing, he brings out his guitar and sings a song that Nini sang to him on their 1-year anniversary. This wins over both Miss Jen and everyone else that arrived except for Nini and EJ, who look pissed as all hell. Afterwards, we get this really good scene of Nini telling Ricky off for just showing up on her turf.
Okay. Well, let me tell you about the old me. All right, the old me had her heart broken. Okay, and then she went away and she found herself. And you don't get to show up now.
Everything here, from the acting to the dialogue that they gave the actors and just everything in general about the scene, is really well done. I feel for both of the characters in this situation. And this scene in particular right here is where I said, this show's actually dramatic. And I decided I'd give it a second shot, and I don't regret it. The episode ends with the cast list being posted, and surprise, surprise, Nini and Ricky got the leading roles, which pisses everyone off except for Ricky, because it was his plan the entire time. And then it ends on this note.
Wildcats, it's about to get real.
Whoa! Disney Channel is savage. Dude, did you see that? Being for real, I didn't expect that the first time that I watched this show, and it sent me for a doozy first time I heard it. All in all, the episode is okay. It's the standard setup episode for a Disney Channel original show like this. Like, it's not really that different from any of the other ones. The dialogue in this show ranges from extremely cringy,
Shocked, inspired, and triggered as a millennial.
to extremely witty.
Excuse me, is there somewhere you're supposed to be?
Broadway.
And it's a fun ride that, honestly, you guys should check out. And with Season 2 coming around the corner, now would be the perfect time to go and check out Season 1. I know I'm going to have to sit down and binge the rest of the show, So if you guys want me to do an episode on maybe one of the good episodes of High School Musical, the musical series, or if you guys want me to cover all 10 of the first episodes, just let me know. Comment down below and I can try and make that happen. Now with that being said, Zac Efron left me a note. Let's read it. Big Brother the Game. Damn it, it's a mid-roll ad.
Big Brother the Game is a game based on the hit television game show where you can compete against other individuals in a social experiment for a chance to win up to $1 million. In the game, you will compete for head of household, nominate 2 people, play in the power veto to save yourself from elimination, and vote to evict 1 person every day until there is only 1 person remaining. You then move up to another tier to compete against other former winners. The people who make it to the top tier will have a chance to win the money. Use the link in the description below today to download the game.
Thanks once again to Big Brother the Game for sponsoring this video. If you guys like what I do here, please hit that subscribe button. We are trying to hit that 1,000 subscriber goal by April 1st, so if you guys could hit that subscribe button down below if you like the channel, please do that. It would help me out so much. Also, make sure you hit that like button, make sure that you share this video with your friends, and make sure that you comment down below what video you want to see next from me, and I can try and make anything happen. Come back next time where you'll watch me strip naked in a pool of slime. Bye-bye.
What the heck are those two doing in a tree?